Wow. Okay. Probably should have checked this angle beforehand, but I didn't. So I'll just keep this extremely flattering image of me. Okay, this is really weird. I've never really made a video log or anything, so um, yeah, it just feels really weird to see myself and hear my voice, and it's kind of gross. But yeah. So I wanted to make a video log since you're in Canada. So this seems like the coolest way to communicate with you. So I just wanted to tell you about, I don't know, like my vacation. Like not the boring stuff, but like things like really funny things that happened and just things that I noticed, and I don't know, I want to tell you about, but I don't think I'll one remember okay, anyway, I don't think I'll remember them when you get back from Canada. So I'm just gonna, I mean, I wrote them in a journal anyway, so I guess I would have to remember them, but I don't know, I just won't remember everything. But yeah. Okay, so now I feel like that guy from Persona that writes down his jokes just so he can tell them later. But because that's actually exactly what I'm doing right now, kind of, but no, it's a little different. But anyway, okay, yeah. So basically, we went to Orlando, Florida, and we went to Universal on vacation for a week. And yeah, it was really awesome and it was really fun. And I don't know, but like just a bunch of things happened that were really weird, and they mostly involved Eric, of course, and I don't know, just a bunch of random stuff. So like, okay, the first few days we went to the park, and like, I guess I was kind of analyzing the kind of conversations I have with my family for the first like couple of days and things, because I don't know, I realized like, yeah, I feel like the conversations we have, like they're really direct, and I'll go into that more in a second because like I feel like the conversations that I have with like you and Rachel are very spontaneous and very unexpected. Like I don't know what you're gonna respond, how you're gonna respond most of the time when I say something, or how I'm gonna respond to you guys when you say something. Like half the time, like when I tell you something, I don't know if you guys are gonna like completely shut me down or just be like, oh wow, that was actually something interesting. So I don't know, but like I realized that when I'm like having like I don't know, just analyzing the conversations with my family, that I basically know whether I will say something that will make them laugh or just make them go like, yeah, okay, and just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, and I realized that my humor is like, I don't know. It I mean like, yeah, they get it, but there are also some things that they don't get with my humor. I guess that's just because like I don't know, they're not as weird, so they don't really get that weird element. So yeah, like okay, let's take an example from my journal. Okay, so I just okay. So like most of the time, um, when I make jokes that they find funny, it's usually like about my dad's habits and I don't know, about just random things. And like some are like inappropriate, like about farting and things. Well, I guess that's not really inappropriate, childish, but they find it funny and like smelly armpits and things. But like I realized that the jokes that they don't really like respond to are the ones that are very satirical and very cynical, I guess. I mean, I don't really mean them to be. I mean, I do, but okay. I'll just tell you one instance. Okay. So, oh yeah, we went to this play. Like, it was a little skit thing, and it was basically teaching kids how to put out fires, and it was like a little jingle, and it said like, "Oh, put the wet stuff on the hot stuff," and then afterwards, my mom was just like, "Wow, like, that's a really good, easy message for kids to learn, just in case, there's a fire or something. It's just really simple and really easy." And I was just like, I don't know, somehow I just made this comment like, well, yeah, unless the wet stuff is gasoline. But like, yeah, so it was pretty cynical, but like, I don't know. It was, I didn't, it's not like I want kids to pour gasoline onto a fire because it's wet and because you put the wet stuff on hot stuff. No, I just like thought of that, which is kind of weird, I guess. But yeah, and I don't know, like, another thing was when, um, my dad, yeah, he was, like, talking about the dolphin show because we went to SeaWorld, and, for one day, and, he was just like, yeah, that was probably the best dolphin show I've ever seen. I was just like, wow, dolphin show connoisseur, but, like, I don't know, they didn't really respond to that either. I don't really know if they don't respond because they don't want to respond to it or because they don't hear me. I think it's the first one. But yeah, I don't know. I guess they just don't respond to me when I'm satirical. When I'm like, I don't know, but it's weird because like I make fun of my dad all the time. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, like when he really wanted a salad, but nobody sold salad without chicken, and I saw like these plants in the restaurant, and I was just like, oh yeah, well maybe you can ask the chef to chop those up and put them in a salad, and they found that entertaining. But I guess it's when it's kind of like edgy and kind of making, I don't know, like poking fun at someone, then it's where it's like cynical in any way, then they just don't really respond to it. Yeah, I don't know, so yeah, I was just thinking about that. And well, maybe since it's in front of a because I'm in front of a webcam, but didn't really come out like I planned it would. Anyway, actually some really funny things happened while I was on vacation. So let's see. Okay, one thing was okay. Well, one thing was when we went we went to the pool, and there were so many awesome experiences in the pool of the hotel. So one of them, like on one of the first days that I went into the pool, um, like Eric was riding on my back, like a piggyback ride, and yeah, and then like I pretended to like tip over, like and so since he was falling, I guess like your first instinct is like to grab whatever is in front of you. So like he completely groped me while we were like in the pool, and it was a public pool, and there was like all of these people, and I was just like, ew, ew. And then like yeah, like a day later when cause like after he did it, I was like, ew, so gross. And like a little while later, like he just asked me, why is it not okay to touch those? And he was like pointing to my boobs, and I was just like, well, I responded sincerely because I wanted him to not do it ever again. I was just like, well, kids, that's like the lady's second private part. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, like I learned in Dragon Ball Z that it's like a second butt, and I was like, okay, yeah. And I'm pretty sure he still thinks everyone has a wiener. I'm not gonna tell you why I think that. Well, I mean, it's not, like, anything. He just thinks that, I'm pretty sure. But, oh yeah. And another thing was, in the pool, I really wish I could demonstrate this better. It'd be better if I was in a pool right now. But, okay, so, I don't know how to explain this. So I was, like, in the pool. I was in the pool, and imagine I'm, like, lying on my back, okay? Like, and I'm underwater, and then, like, I start coming up, and Eric said something to make me laugh. So I come out of the pool, like, wait, you can't see it. No, I was just laughing really hard, and I was just like, and then, and then there was a guy, like, I didn't realize that he was so close, but there was a guy right there, so, I came up, and I was like, right into his face, and he was so scared. Oh, yeah, and it was just really funny. And then there was another time where we went to the pool really early, just because, like, we woke up early, and this was the last day. And we just woke up really early to go to the pool for the last day, you know. And, and, like, there were some ducks in the pool, because I guess when there's no one there, the ducks just swim around, and, yeah, so they do that, and, yeah, so they were swimming around, and Eric was, like, around the corner of the pool, and so, like, a duck was, okay, just imagine, like, okay, I should have gotten a pen to draw this with. Okay, just imagine, like, the duck is around one corner, and Eric is around the other, yeah, on the other side of the corner. Sorry, that's what I'm doing. Oh, it's just a minute. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, and I guess the duck didn't see him, and he didn't see the duck, so, like, he almost got hit in the face with the duck, because it was, like, coming, like, full speed, and, like, Eric was coming around the corner, and then, like, sadly, at the very last second, the duck just, like, turned around and went away, but it would have been really exciting if he got hit in the face with the duck, but that didn't actually happen, I guess. So, yeah, and, okay, what are some other cool things that happened? Well, okay, so Eric was a complete wimp-wad, the entire time. Like, he wouldn't want to go on any rides. Like, he didn't want to go in a ride that was dark. Okay, that kind of makes sense. He didn't want to go on a roller coaster, and he didn't want to watch any, he didn't want to go on any 3D rides. So that pretty much narrows it down to the kiddie rides. Like, couldn't go on any of the rides in the park. And I think I know why. It's because, like, before he goes or decides to go on a ride, he reads all the warning labels. Like, like, you know, if you're prone to dizziness, diarrhea, and, like, vertigo, and all of these things, if you have heart disease, you may find yourself having chronic back pain, and, like, all of these just things, like, oh, you might die. Yeah, he just reads all of that before he goes on a ride, and he's like, look, you could die from it, you know, like, yeah, so he just kind of, like, psychs himself out for all of the rides, so he doesn't really go on many, except for, like, he went on a log flume, which was pretty impressive. Yeah, so, I don't want to make this too long, because otherwise you'll get bored and just not want to listen to it, and then it'll be, like, pointless that I'm making this anyway. Probably already too long. You're gonna look at this and be like, oh, too long, and then you're not gonna watch it, so it's pointless anyway. Yeah, so I guess I'll go now. I'll tell you the other stuff that's interesting. Those were just, like, the main points. Well, I found it interesting anyway, but, I mean, you might not, so, yeah, I'll see you later.